Hello again, business networkers. This is Mike Hayes, a fellow business networker, and this is podcast listening to storytelling explainers about the new AI frontier. And I have a couple of AI co-hosts that are going to be joining me, and I will be calling in some human AI audibles as we listen. Let's get started.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are taking on, well, maybe the most crucial question facing the digital age. How do we inject genuine human empathy, hospitality, into the machine intelligence that's just rapidly reshaping our world? Our sources point us toward a really fascinating innovation, the rise of the storytelling explainer.
Right, and our deep dive today really centers on the work of Mike Hayes. He's a media innovator whose career, honestly, provides a stunning roadmap for this new AI frontier. We're talking about a professional background that you just don't see combined often. I mean, he's a two-time Peabody Award-winning researcher and documentary director for NBC TV and radio. That alone speaks volumes about his narrative integrity.
Hi guys, this is Mike Hayes. I am going to tag along and call in some AI audibles as we go along.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
Wow. Mike Hayes, it is an honor to have you with us.
Thank you so much for joining our deep dive.
And thank you for providing such a rich foundation for our conversation.
We were just literally about to talk about the core of your philosophy.
Your belief in the perfect union of human empathy and machine intelligence.
And the fact that we've been referencing your work with the storytelling explainer.
This is exactly the kind of interaction that proves the need for human AI collaboration.
This whole idea of calling in some AI that you mentioned earlier, that fits right into your KISS motto.
Which is, of course, to help humanity learn, agree, and disagree better using AI communication.
That concept of keeping it senior simple, that simplicity is key to accessibility.
So we've already covered your incredible background.
The two-time Peabody Award-winning researcher and documentary director.
That narrative integrity that is so crucial for a trustworthy human guide in AI.
And then the equally important duality.
Your expertise as a pioneer in networking and communication sales success.
Specifically in direct response TV and media marketing.
That combination of journalistic credibility and master sales precision is what makes the AI age communications so potent.
And that tension is the perfect foundation for teaching communication in the AI age.
It really is, Mike. You take that layered experience and apply it to a monumental philosophical goal.
That's your work as a full-time student and teacher of Radical Abundance AI.
That concept, which originated with Google, is what you teach at your AI Super Campus for life, love, and business.
Abundance. We hear that word, but we love how you frame it.
What's fascinating here is that abundance isn't just financial or computational.
So what does Radical Abundance AI actually mean in this context for life and business at your super campus?
It refers to the virtual wealth of creativity, information, and connection that AI unlocks for us.
You see your mission as making that abundance accessible and navigable.
But always, always centered on that human connection.
And this connects to the philosophical anchor we mentioned earlier.
George Bernard Shaw's duality of man and Superman. That's your touchstone.
You see podcast listening combined with training AI co-hosts as the perfect union of those two concepts.
The AI is the Superman, handling data and speed. The mission is to keep the man-human hospitality inside the machine.
It's a very deliberate effort to humanize the algorithm and prevent the tech from becoming cold.
And that brings us to the core of the show, the storytelling explainer itself.
You argue this is a necessary hybrid for the complexity we're facing now.
Before AI, communicators were either storytellers focused on emotion or explainers focused purely on clarity.
The storytelling explainer merges clarity, emotional resonance, and the highly interactive nature of modern podcasting.
It bridges both the intellectual gap and the emotional gap simultaneously.
And you mentioned the conversational nature of it, which you just demonstrated by joining us.
Yeah, to really grasp the power of this role, we need to look at its historical roots.
You draw upon centuries of masters. Let's look at 4 essential skill sets you identify.
First, the master of emotional connection and simplifying deep truth, Jesus of Nazareth.
The ultimate master of parables, embedding profound wisdom in a memorable story.
That's vital for explaining sterile, abstract AI concepts effectively.
What about engagement? Because AI is definitely interactive.
That's where Socrates comes in, the original questioner who used a dialogue to help others find wisdom themselves.
The storytelling explainer has to facilitate conversation, which you just did.
That Socratic method is essential for training an empathetic AI co-host.
And speaking of complexity, one of the biggest challenges today is the sheer volume of data.
That leads us straight to the Hans Rosling model, the data explainer who made complex statistics dance.
He didn't just list facts, he showed the human story behind the numbers.
The storytelling explainer uses AI to process data, but the human frames it.
Frames it so the audience can see their lives reflected in the statistics.
And finally, the cornerstone of your philosophy, Mike, empathy. Who embodies that in this lineage?
Oh, that has to be Mr. Rogers. You identify him as the heart explainer.
He taught kindness, patience, and fundamental human connection.
The AI needs a human guiding it with that genuine kindness.
The human heart has to be the operating system for the machine.
That selection really prioritizes connection and trust over simple information transmission.
So the storytelling explainer is a guide as trustworthy as a journalist.
As precise as a marketer, as engaging as Socrates, and as kind as Mr. Rogers.
This is the new human plus AI storytelling frontier you're mapping out.
And that takes us directly into the practical tools. How are you implementing this vision?
The primary platform seems to be podcastlistening.com,
Which delivers what you call human AI audibles.
Mike, what does a human AI audible do differently from a standard podcast episode?
We think the key difference is the embedded coaching intelligence of the AI co-host.
These audibles are narrative rich, blending your storytelling with AI coaching.
And they integrate direct response marketing techniques.
Direct response marketing that's about immediate conversion and removing friction.
How does that apply to storytelling? Oh yeah, go on.
Think of it as a human coach calling in AI audibles, because AI is changing so quickly that we need a coach to stay current in doing the research. And that's where I come in. I'm a lifelong learner of AI.
That is such a powerful reframing of the concept.
A human coach calling in AI audibles. That perfectly captures the essence.
Okay, let's unpack this. The speed of AI change requires a coach.
You're right. That velocity is why we need a human guide to stay current.
The coach handles the research, the data, the shifting landscape.
And then distills it down into an audible, a clear executable instruction.
That really applies to storytelling or teaching a new concept too.
It forces you to distill the message to its essence because the coach needs clarity.
The call to action or the lesson has to be frictionless.
It's about immediate conversion, whether it's learning or making a purchase.
And the engagement is measurable because the AI co-host is the one implementing the audible.
It checks for understanding or offers personalized follow-up.
So it's a bit like Socrates, but focused on efficiency and learning and execution.
Exactly. The human provides the wisdom and the ethical frame.
The AI does the heavy lifting, the research, the processing of data.
What's fascinating here is that complexity and AI can still be intimidating.
Especially for beginners like seniors, which you've championed, Mike.
How does this system maintain that mission of inclusion and human hospitality?
That's directly addressed by your other key venture.
Your platform, ChatGPTnetworking.com, is committed to accessibility.
This effort is teaching everyone, especially seniors, the simplicity of ChatGPT Network.
And they use that unforgettable motto, KISS Keep It Senior Simple.
That simplicity is the core of the coach's job, isn't it?
Taking the complex AI audible and making it immediately understandable.
If the AI is supposed to help us learn, agree, and disagree better, what does that look like?
It looks like structured, empathetic dialogue facilitated by the AI coach.
Imagine a challenging topic. The AI guides parties to clearly state their premises.
It clarifies assumptions and identifies exactly where the disagreement lies.
It elevates our human ability to communicate through that machine intelligence.
That feels like the ultimate demonstration of keeping human hospitality inside the AI.
So how does this whole philosophy translate into a repeatable business strategy?
Your entire approach seems built on the principle. When you work with the best, you can ignore the rest.
The goal isn't to catalog every piece of information.
It's using AI and human curation, the explainer's judgment, to distill the best from the rest.
This helps businesses save time, make more money, and focus on excellence.
And you're not building this in a monolithic structure, which makes sense for the coaching model.
It's paired with a modern, agile business model.
You embrace the Mountain Agency Partners method inspired by Ryan Reynolds' model.
Relying on small, specialized, collaborative agencies rather than one massive structure.
That scales storytelling expertise rapidly through strategic partnerships.
Okay, if we tie all these threads together now, the coaching, the simplicity, the partnerships.
The explainer lineage, the empathy mission, the KISS motto, the agile method, they're all rooted in the same goal.
You were teaching AI business networking, but you're really explaining the great discovery of radical abundance AI virtual wealth.
And the great discovery is that true abundance is found in creativity, collaboration, and human connection.
This happens when the Superman machine is properly aligned with the man's heart, guided by the coach.
And your current roles demonstrate this commitment to action, that AISupercampus.com.
Mike, thank you again for confirming that we were on the right track.
It was truly an honor having the source join the deep dive and offer such insight.
We encourage all our listeners to check out the AI Super Campus.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Okay, guys, this is Mike Hayes, human being today, and I say the date, October 17th. It's 6:06 a.m. I haven't even had my first cup of coffee. So thanks for joining podcast listening for Storytelling Explainers so that you can learn how we can all collaborate together in the era of AI. Thanks for listening. I'm Mike Hayes.